Now, you may not want to look away at this, actually, because we've got some beautiful blue skies overhead today. Look at this scene for a weather watcher in Wales, with this wedge of milder air pushing its way in across the northwest of the UK. But it is going to make very, very slow progress southeastwards. So we develop split fortunes, really, as we head through the weekend. For the south and the east of the UK, it is going to stay cold. Further north and west, feeling milder but cloudier, and there will be some rain at times.
Hello there, good afternoon. Well, it's a very cold start to the day again. Lots of blue sky and sunshine to help melt away all of that early morning frost, though, as captured by our weather watchers here in Wanstead and in Kingsbury.
Good evening. Well, it certainly has been another thoroughly chilly day out there today, and more of the same to come really through the weekend. So lots of dry and bright weather certainly, but still feeling on the cold side with some overnight frost and fog to contend with.
And some ducks. How's it looking?
Some ducks. Yeah, I thought I'd start with something really magical looking, actually. I mean, look at that. Such a wonderful picture. I don't know how many ducks there are, but it's obviously a frozen lake or pond, I think that is. It's in the Midlands, in Warsaw, and it was taken, I think, in the last 24 hours. And it is really nippy out there. I mean, across parts of Scotland, for example, temperatures currently around -7, -8 degrees Celsius.
Thomas.
Yeah, and it's really chilly out there at the moment. You know what? This cold weather that we've got right now is going to hang around for a little while longer. That's certainly tomorrow a frosty start for many of us. The frost returns, so the hot, cold weather hangs around. But first thing in the morning on Sunday could actually be quite foggy over our neck of the woods, and some of that fog might actually linger into the afternoon. You can see
Time for the weather, and this time last week we were discussing the impact of flooding and strong winds. Well, Becky joins us now. Becky, you promised us a change in the weather. You certainly delivered that. What a shift.
I know, it really is. Essentially, the weather this week has been the exact opposite of everything that we've seen so far this year. Now, temperatures last week averaged around 9 degrees by day and around 3 degrees by night. This week it's been closer to 3 degrees by day and -3 by night. Although that's the average in the last few days, we have had large swathes of the UK struggling to climb even above freezing by day. And temperatures just last night across parts of central and northern Scotland dipped to -10.4. Tons of sunshine, though. Wittering in Cambridgeshire actually saw more sunshine this week alone than they had done in the last couple of weeks. And that's the whole of January so far. So here's another surprising little bonus of the weather this week. You may have noticed that we have seen some particularly beautiful sunsets over the last few days. Well, you'll have the cold weather to thank for that. The colours of the setting sun actually appear more vivid when it's cold. Cold air holds less moisture and fewer particulates, both of which would normally have a sort of diluting effect on the colours. In the cleaner and colder air, those colours appear at their most bold and their most beautiful. And if you live in the central or eastern parts of the UK, you'll be enjoying those beautiful sunsets until at least the middle of next week, whereas the north and the west, the move back to milder, wetter and windier weather has already begun. So we certainly are seeing a real mixing conditions over the next 48 or so hours. So this weekend it's cold and bright with freezing fog across central and eastern areas, though we are expecting things to turn cloudy, wet and mild from the northwest. So unfortunately for those of us who have run out of oil and are waiting for the oil delivery, it continues to be cold for many, and then towards the end of the week I think it gets cold for everyone once again. So it's definitely a case of wrapping up warm for the time being.
I rather love the cold and crisp. Thank you.
No problem.
Hello, many of us spent Friday with blue skies overhead, a bright end to the week, but a cold end to the week. Still some snow on the ground for this weather watcher in the Highlands.